Yeah, and Philip Springall with that pole position. Hudson Schwartz starts alongside him, the driver from the USA. Alex Connor from Great Britain has Marit Buchmann for company on row 2 of the grid. And then next up, it will be the aforementioned Gabriele Piana with Linus Hahne, another of the BMWs, starting alongside him. Luca Link very much in the championship hunt along with Lewis Moser, start on 7th with Lachlan Robinson, championship leader, alongside him. Bit of work to do from there. Leon Bouchmuller has Maxi Schreier for company, the driver that is 2nd in the championship standings. Nicholas Guillaume has Alexander Christensen alongside him in the Ginetta. Another British pairing, Jack James, Hamish Forrest. Jack James starting there. Gianni van der Kratz alongside him. Then it's Igor Litvinenko with Jonathan Engstrom. They line up 15th and 16th. Then Tim Horrell has Jesper Jensen for company, 17th and 18th on the grid. And then we welcome Michal Maniszewski. Your afternoon is going to come to an early end. Right, are you ready? It's time to go racing here at the Oschersleben Motorsport Arena as the cars head in towards turn 1. We're on board with Igor Litvinenko. You can see the cars fanning out, under braking into that left-hander. Then this really tricky turn 2, just trying to keep it all on the track. Tim Horrell's got the windscreen wipers going. Igor Litvinenko, though, giving us some great shots as Alex Connors had the squeeze out onto the grass.
Litvinenko looks to go down the inside of the Ginetta, which made a good start. Ginetta gained a couple of places to Christensen from 12th on the grid, but the yellow and blue car goes out wide, and he's going to lose another place here, I think, yeah, to the BMW. Springall down at Aston hooked it up beautifully off the start, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly making good progress. This is a great battle here between Bouchmuller and Christensen. This is over 11th place at the moment. Advantage of Bouchmuller as they head towards turn 1, but I wonder if Christensen's going to try and come back at him. Get some great shots on board with Igor Litvinenko. He is in the 10th place, number 92 Porsche, the Wimmer Werk Motorsport car. So, and then we got some problems here. Car turning around. They aforementioned Igor Litvinenko says there been contact with the Ginetta of Christensen. It looks like there might have been Ginetta onto the grass.
On the grid, their contact, others having to take evasive action. That, of course, is under investigation. The Porsche taken to the grass there, did good reactions to get through.
There into the pits, that is a sad sight. That is Igor Litvinenko, and it means if that's into retirement, it certainly looks that way. It looks like Oscar Dix can probably step out of his race overalls because he's not going to get a run this afternoon. And they've had a lot of bad luck, those two drivers, in the Wimmer Werk Motorsport Porsche this year. Connor will be looking to make up positions after that P3 start, dropping back to 6th place. I hope he'll be frustrated by that. Was sounding quietly confident when I spoke to him this morning and was very hopeful of finishing on the podium. He's going to have to work quite hard because he's got the likes of Linus Hahne, Gabriele Piana, Marit Buchmann, Hudson Schwartz all up ahead of him, and they are all tough cookies to crack. There is the 49 car of Luca Link in 9th place. Well, I think maybe trying to get some clean, cooler air into the front radiator grille of that BMW. And now the challenge for 2nd place from Marit Buchmann. He just shows his nose on the inside. Alex Connor, meanwhile, in the background, creating his own little dust storm in the number 49 car, albeit having halved one of our bollards. But significantly, Maxi Schreier there in 8th place. Remember, Schreier's got success ballast on board. So Maxi Schreier in the number 30 car with an extra 15 kilos on board. A circuit that doesn't always favour the Porsche Cayman, and it will be even more vulnerable now. Luca Link had a look to the outside, ducks back to the inside, follows behind, but the car in front, the Maxi Schreier car, is looking like a bit of a handful, isn't it?
Absolutely, and I know 15 kilograms doesn't sound a lot in the context of cars which weigh over a ton. Breathing down his neck for a few laps now, but he's been positively kicking the door down for the whole of this lap so far, showing his nose at every opportunity. I think Luca is getting a bit itchy because the BMW of Bouchmuller, look, is in his mirrors now, and he's thinking, well, I don't want to get stuck in that fight. I need to get past this Porsche as quickly as possible, kicking up the dust. It's been very dry here, as it has been over much of Europe for a good few weeks. So
you can catch the car in front, but actually making that move is such a tricky circuit to overtake. You almost need to just try and force the driver in front into a mistake. With a circuit where the corners are so technical, there is potentially more of a possibility to force a mistake, the driver in front. And certainly Hudson Schwartz has never raced here before in the past, so he's having to learn the circuit Luca Link in the 49 car. Maxi Schreier, finally, Link is past. Baukmuller is the next in the line to try and get past, but Luca Link finally getting that job done. I think the gap over himself and Schreier is going to open up fairly quickly. So that's Link up into 8th place.
Yeah, Schreier finally relents. Link gets through, looks in the mirrors and sees, what, another BMW right behind me. He's got to deal with the next car now, hasn't he? The 66 car in 10th place of Baukmuller. But look, Luca Link struggling here, getting a bit tight, bit wide. Out wide, too wide, coming out of the final turn. And surely this is going to be the opportunity now for the next BMW to get through. He's ahead, but look, he's on the outside line for the left-hander coming up, although it does go straight into a right-hander at turn 2. Schreier is not giving up the corner that easily in the Porsche, but he will be on the outside for the right-hander. That BMW is big, wide and heavy, and it's got the racing line and just about hits the apex, so Baukmuller gets through as well. They're going to lose their own position.
Yeah, that's a very valid point, isn't it, for Hudson Schwartz, as we just see a little bit of a wobble there from Jack James and another of the Porsches, not a sister car, but still a Porsche of Guillaume, Nicholas Guillaume, who comes sailing through as well.
So the best opportunity for them to overtake, as you say, might be to outsmart them in terms of the pit stop. Nail the pit stop, get it as close to the minimum time as they can, and then nail the outlap for his co-driver. You go into a race with a plan. You know, this is plan A. This is where we want to bring you in, but you have to be flexible with that plan depending on where you are in the race, whether you're being held up, where the traffic might be when you come out as well. As
he gets ready to take over Jan-Philipp Springhoff. Right, the 77 car, in it comes. You can see only two mechanics, not marshals, mechanics are able to work on the car, no more than that, and all they can do is take tyre pressures. So whatever state the tyres are in, whatever state the car is in, the second driver is going to have to inherit that and bring the car home. The only consolation is they can get revenge tomorrow, because driver number 2 does the qualifying and the first stint tomorrow.
Lost a bit of time on his opening full proper lap compared to those behind him, but he's got into the groove a bit now, and so he's started to build that advantage back up. It had come down to 1.8 seconds briefly, but it's back up to nearly 2.3 seconds now. So the Aston Martin, the number 4 car, ahead of the Mercedes by 2.3 seconds. There's another 4.5 seconds gap back now to the 3rd place Toyota of Cartel. Looking at the inside. Oh! Contact sends the Porsche spinning round again into the gravel trap. And is he stuck in the gravel trap? Is he going to get out? I think he might be stuck here. He's trying to find a way through Victor Nielsen. He tried a couple of times before that. He tried to back off out of the move, but he was too late, wasn't it? He just clipped the back of the Porsche.
If this brings out a safety car, Tim, who uses hand controls, I did actually ask the question. Hendrick still doesn't have to use the hand controls when he takes over the car. He does have regular controls that come into operation. But it's all come to nothing. The full course yellow, bringing the cars down to 80 kilometers an hour. Race control, this is going to say under investigation. Oh, no surprises there. And the green has come out because you see it here and you've seen it there, because that is Marius Schmid getting mugged from behind by Philip Viskirchen. And it may be that Viskirchen was just a little bit more on it when it came to hitting the accelerator when we went back to green, and suddenly Marius Schmid is having to fight to hold on to that 4th place. He just about does it, but almost was caught snoozing by Philip Viskirchen.
Yeah, and before the full course yellow ended, I noticed, I maybe having realised there might be an issue, Gogolov backed off. So gave a kind of over a second away in the middle sector to Felder Feldeck. So,
yeah,
I mean...
right, well, this battle continues for 4th place, doesn't it? Marius Schmid in the pink Mercedes, the Mucker Motorsport Mercedes, with a BMW breathing down his exhaust, and another one behind him in the shape of Benjamin Silvesterson. Silvesterson looking to pressure Viskirchen to the inside. Viskirchen, I'm not sure he actually saw Silvesterson there. Silvesterson filled the gap very quickly. Now it is a drag race. That releases Schmid in front in the Mercedes to break clear of both of them, because they're now fighting amongst each other. Silvesterson, has he mugged Viskirchen? He goes to the outside into turn 1, then to the inside into turn 2. So Viskirchen, having been challenged to 4th, suddenly shuffled back to 6th, but now trying to come back on the inside.
But these are designed to go off, so you're quick on them. They're soft tyres, so you've got to be careful with them. And for example, the race leaders, that car, the Aston Martin best lap, earlier on, 131.5. This is the other big scrap to keep an eye on. Schmidt in the Mercedes trying not to lose out to another BMW. Viscursion is trying again to menace and harass him on the way into corners. He's seen Silvesterson pull off some good moves. He's tried to also find a way through perhaps towards the end of the lap. It's in the penultimate corner and the last corner where Silvesterson has pulled off these spring attacks, these surprise moves. Is he going to get close enough here? Well, it's way out wide here for the Mercedes, so this gives half a gap here to Viscursion, but no, ultimately the Mercedes has got just enough grunt to stay ahead.
But the gap between Cartel and Silvesterson, 1.6 seconds. Have a feeling that might be coming down.
Silvesterson was a second quicker on the last lap.
Wow. So definitely making progress in the closing stages of this race. Less than 7 minutes, plus 1 lap remaining. Lewis Moser going wide out of the corner. Technical turns that require great expertise. There's someone wide. Oh no, that's the 49 car of Lewis Moser. He's had a bit of a moment. He's able to regather it. So Moser in 7th place. I'm just looking to see if he's dropped any positions.
And this is how it happened. Just a bit wide for the Toyota. Gap opens up. Doesn't actually go for the inside there. Oh, door closes. Then he gives a tap to the back of the Toyota, which was kind of in his way. Goes way out wide, and that's where he ultimately got through.
And Lachlan Robinson with Alain Gabet and Maxi Schreier in 3rd, 12 points back, and Jan-Philipp Springhob and Philip Gogolok in 4th, 15 points back.
Silvesterson's just given the place back to Cartel, so perhaps worried about being penalised for that move with the contact.
This is going to go all the way to the flag. Philip Gogolok looking for his 6th win in GT4 Germany. Roman Feldeg has a sniff of a first ever win, hounding the Aston Martin at the front with just over 2 minutes remaining.
Moving around even more now. We've seen it go off the road once already, and yes, it's going to feel like a long last couple of laps this. Aboard that number 87 Toyota for Cartel. He's trying to close the door. You've got the Mercedes breathing down his neck, driven by Schmidt. Schmidt is trying to attack and also defend then from the BMW of Viscursion. 4th, 5th and 6th, these three as they come through. It's also potentially allowing Denny Burnett, the Porsche, to catch them up, although time is running out. But yeah, Gogolok still holding on to the lead of this race. Either way, it's going to be a good result this for Feldeg and Bachmann in that Pro Sport Mercedes, because they were 4th on the grid, so 2nd will still be an excellent result. But when you're 2nd and you're this close, you've got to keep pressing to try and get the win.
Felmer Feldeg and Marit Buchmann were 8th in the championship coming into this race, 56 points back from the championship leaders. So 20 points would be valuable, 25 points would be very valuable. Now Gogolok practically being pushed around the last corner. They're about to start the final lap of the race. Philip Gogolok is going to have to hold on for another 3.6 kilometers to see that checkered flag. Roman Feldeg has thrown everything at Gogolok. What has he got in the closing stages of this race? Important for Gogolok, particularly around the hotel turn that he holds it together. The Aston Martin taking a much wider line, understeering around that fast corner. In towards Hasseröder, turn 3, they come. The checkered flag cannot come soon enough for Philip Gogolok. Roman Feldeg would love to have another 5 minutes to have a go at getting past the Aston Martin, because clearly the quicker of the two. But now Gogolok drawing on all of the experience that he has, keeping the car in exactly the right place, picking up the curb exactly where he needs to. We know that the Aston Martin sometimes has issues with overheating brakes. He'll be worried about that as they head into turns 8 and 9 for the very last time. Then it'll be into turn 10, out along the back straight. Maybe this is the last opportunity that Roman Feldeg will get to try and make a move on the Aston Martin. He hasn't managed it on any of the previous laps. He's not going to manage it this time around. Into turn 12, they come for the very last time. Then it's just 2 more corners for Philip Gogolok to hold on in the Cozy Racing by ESM Aston Martin Vantage. Into turn 14, Roman Feldeg threw everything at it to try and take the lead, but it's going to be a win for Jan-Philipp Springhob and Philip Gogolok, their second win of the season. Well, as we look there at the classification for race 1, subject to confirmation, and the points that are awarded, 25 very valuable points to Jan-Philipp Springhob and Philip Gogolok. Marit Buchmann and Roman Felderfeldegg, 20 points launches them right into the championship hunt. And what a drive from Benjamin Silvesterson. I think Gabriel Piana, well, he'll be very proud indeed with that podium. Hudson Schwartz and Lucas Cartel finish off the podium for the first time in 3 races, but they've done a really good job. There's the rest of the results scrolling through. To see many of them in maybe GT Masters in next year or the year after, and potentially even in DTM and beyond. Right, well, I hope you've enjoyed the coverage of race 5 of the season. Race 6 will be coming tomorrow at a similar time. We're going to be on at about 3:05 tomorrow afternoon. Do join us as we reach the halfway point of the season for ADAC GT4 Germany. From myself, Brian Oliver, Chris Hartley. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.